Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. It's Friday the 17th of January and she's certainly thriving now, isn't she? Meghan Markle has been seen at Vancouver Airport to pick up her Pilates teacher. Now what gets me is that this woman was so adamant on privacy with Harry, yet just literally a few days after this bombshell announcement and Harry doing his so-called last royal public appearance, she's all over the news. And incidentally, these photographs were taken by Splash News, which are notorious for being tipped by celebrities to tell them exactly where they are. What I don't get is that, like I said, she is very adamant about her privacy. She didn't need to pick up her friend from the airport. She knew that it would get coverage. What makes it so sickening is that she looks like she's got away with the heist of the century. In fact, she probably has. We don't know. There's going to be a big announcement later on, supposedly from Buckingham Palace. But it's been reported late last night and today that the exit plans and talks have stalled over the corporate deals. But it seems that Meghan is only unhappy when friends talk about her negatively. She's quite happy for her friends to talk in a positive light. Now, a friend has told the Daily Mail that Meghan felt she had to escape because living within the royal confines was soul-crushing. She told her inner circle of friends that her soul was being crushed and that the decision to leave was a matter of life and death, meaning death of her spirit. I'm sorry, love, you knew exactly what you were getting into. You know that the royal family are the most watched family in the world besides the Kardashians. You went into this relationship knowing full well what it entailed, openly and gleefully, I might add. That role also gave you the titles which you are so adamant that you are going to benefit and profit off. At the moment, Buckingham Palace are trying to hash a deal out that suits both the firm and Harry and Meghan, but I've been told that it all boils down to money. Of course it does. They want to be able to benefit from the titles financially, and that's just plain wrong. A source close to the palace said that a deal allowing Harry and Meghan to leave their royal roles and strike a commercial contract worth millions could take up to 6 months to finalise. But would they be allowed to do that? The Queen's senior advisors have urged a forensic examination of any corporate deals for the Sussexes, which sources say will be carefully considered on their merits and in an agreed framework. That framework, sources say, is the sticking point of the talks. Well, we all know that she wants to monetize off her titles. Simple fact is, take them away. I think it looks like they're going to retain them. And I think the country should be in uproar because she's going to benefit so much off these titles. The monarchy will be up for sale for the highest bidder and its name will be diluted and it won't hold as much power. You can bet your bottom dollar she will merch that to the hilt. As for the royal family being toxic and soul-crushing, she knew exactly what she was getting into. She's not a teenager all starry-eyed and giddy. She's knocking on 40, 42, and come on, we're not stupid. So it seems now that she's using her friends to have a pop at the royal family that gave her the pedestal that she's now on. It's catapulted her to global stardom. Rightly or wrongly, she's there now. She's the most talked about woman in the world. And if you really wanted privacy for your family, hand in those titles. But you're not going to, are you? Because it's being hashed out. You're so desperate to keep your titles because you know that's where the money is. I'd also like some clarity on this allowance that they're going to be getting, this 95% from the Duchy of Cornwall. Does that allowance include their clothes? Because we all know Meghan likes to dress to impress, and she spent a reportedly eye-staggering £1 million within the first year of marriage. Let's not take into account that security that Canada has woken up about. They are up in arms that they might be footing the bill. And it's been said that it could be unlawful and might have to go to the Supreme Court. Now, where I have a problem with is them working in Canada, because don't you have to apply for a visa? She's not a British citizen. She's not a Canadian citizen. And there's doubts whether or not she's actually retained her US citizenship because of her title. So they're going to have to apply for work permits. Are they going to get preferential treatment for this? I hope not, to be perfectly honest. Harry is not a US citizen, so they can't really work in the US. Maybe they could, I don't know. Would he automatically get a green card? I'm told that Canada is a very equal society without class borders. But what Harry and Meghan are effectively doing is trying to create their own royal house in North America. That, I think, is her aim. She wants to be the Queen of Canada, lorded it around, making sure that she gets all the attention. Is that fair? So it seems that if they're allowed to retain their titles, they're effectively setting up a rival court in North America. Meghan has already started her media campaign, being all over the papers, and this will go on. What worries me is, where's Harry in all of this? He could have quite easily have said, no, that's it, I'm gone, boof, like she did. Why is he sticking around? I've been told there's a lot more to it than simply doing his obligation to his patronages. Could there be something else afoot? What I find bizarre is that they were in Vancouver Island for more than 7 weeks before Christmas. Nobody spotted them. Nobody took a picture of them. There wasn't a single pap shot at all. Yet, she's all over the place now, isn't she? Now she's got her freedom. She's okay to do with how she pleases. And that is get her name in the papers. And it seems to me that is the polar opposite of wanting privacy. She doesn't want privacy at all. She wants global stardom. And she knows that being papped will get her in the papers. She didn't have to drive to pick her friend up from the airport, but she did, because she knew that it would get her in the papers. I'd also like it noted that Splash News are notorious for giving kickbacks to the celebrity that tipped themselves to Splash News. So they get kickbacks for telling Splash News where they are. Harry seems to have married somebody complete opposite to what he actually wants. I believe he is mentally tortured right now. I feel so sorry for him. I know you're not going to like that, but I do. He's tormented. He is stuck between a rock and a hard place because he knows that it's his duty and his birthright to do what he needs to do within the monarchy. Yet he's got this woman telling him what he needs to do, and I'm pretty certain she's probably said to him, you bring those titles back or you're not coming back. Do you think she's capable of that level of manipulation? Silly question, I know. But what I keep coming back to is that why is Harry still in this country and not bolted to Canada like his wife? You've got to ask that question. Is he staying to complete his royal duties? Which, let's face it, he didn't really need to do. He could have just assigned somebody else to do it. Does that show him in a little bit of a better light because he's attended these events? Or do you think there is something deeper going on? It's been swirling round Twitter for the last couple of days that they have separated. I can neither confirm or deny whether this is true or not because nothing is being reported about it. But I do find it odd that he's still here. He's not flown back to Canada. But I do know there wasn't a prenup. A lot of people are very angry in Britain right now, and I'll explain why in my next video. Even royal reporters are taking a pop and taking the mickey out of him. As you're all aware, she visited a couple of charities in Vancouver. Now, she said that she wanted to boost spirits and support. Turns out she didn't actually meet anybody that uses the charity. She just met with staffers at the office to try and discuss with them what their plans were. The problem that I have with this is that she's no authority to speak on this matter. Just because she married a rich prince does not give her the right or the education to be able to do this. And what the hell does climate justice for girls mean? I understand justice for girls. Why climb it? A lot of people on Twitter are saying that these two photographs were from two different times, but I have superimposed them one on top of the other. And you can see that, yeah, they do look like it's from the same day. Only difference that I can find is the necklace. She's changed the necklace from one visit to the other. That very may well be that somebody gave her that necklace, and that's why she's wearing it. At the visit, they may have presented it to her as a gift. But I believe she is in Canada. We've seen the video, she's there. Daily Mail have got the footage, and that's something that you can't fake. So I believe she is in Canada. She thinks that Harry's coming back. Whether he does or not, we will have to wait and see. I think a lot more is going down behind the scenes at Buckingham Palace than we are led to believe. I think an intervention is in place, and I think Harry is being psychologically assessed for his mental well-being, and I think the palace have full control of that. He is one of their own, fundamentally, and they will always protect him if he's still in the fold. And at the moment, they may have gone nuclear, but that's not signed, done and dusted yet. He's still part of the firm, and I think that they will protect him at every cost. So, what do you think of the papped pictures of her at the airport picking up her friend? Do you think they were staged? Do you think they were set up? Do you think that they were tipped that she was going to be there? What do you think is going on behind the scenes? And what is this big announcement that's coming today from Buckingham Palace? Will we finally know whether or not they get to retain their titles? As ever, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. Thank you to everyone that has donated to my channel. I'm overwhelmed with your generosity and kindness. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.